What's going on, everybody? This Afro Think Tank. Breaking news, I'm sure some of you heard it by now. But in Seattle, there was a festival going on where people were just having a good day. Everybody was out there, enjoying themselves. And two youths, well, I'm assuming two youths, but one youth captured, decided to shoot at each other in the midst of a crowd, right? 3 people are dead, 4 people injured. A little 2-year-old got shot too. Thank goodness that child is in what they consider fair condition. So hopefully, everybody, prayers for the little child and all the other people who got hurt, and prayers for the ones that died, at an event that was supposed to be peaceful. As far as the children that are involved, they seem to be very young. It's being assumed that it has something to do with some sort of gang activity, but because they're minors, they didn't want to release the names and everything. But so far as one that was captured, looked like, if you can see the skin, looks to be a young European, Spanish, Asian, doesn't look black. I thought it was a black at the very beginning, the way, but then if you slow down the picture, you'll see it's more likely a Caucasian or mixed, something or other. Either way, it doesn't matter, because it's a goddamn tragedy either way. And it's just like we live in a society where it's just easy for a child to get a gun and do that. There are other countries where they just can't get a gun and go do that. And it's just that simple. And we rather allow things like this to happen than a gun industry maybe not making as much profit, off selling handguns and rifles. I think we need to have stricter gun laws in this country. And that's coming from a guy who's a professional gun toting mofo. I understand these weapons are not made for hunting. Look, you only need weapons if you have a gun, right? Your home defense, shotgun, all right? But other than a shotgun and pistols, at certain, under certain conditions, these all this other stuff is not necessary. We need a total crackdown, right? Because first of all, people don't know how to shoot, right? Even bad guys don't know how to shoot, right? So when you're shooting in a crowd, you're gonna hit people who have nothing to do with what it is that you out there toting your damn gun for. It's just ridiculous. All these people want to have guns, but most of these people shooting them are not trained professionals. They don't have a license, a real license that has to be kept up ever so often. We got to keep up our driver's license, right? There are others, insurance. Law enforcement professionals who carry weapons have to qualify every 6 months or to every year. I've been qualifying with weapons since I was 17. I'm 43 years old. My whole life, I know all about this, and I know even if some of the professionals can't shoot. Right, so I know people who just go buy guns because they can legally buy guns. Guess what? Well, they can't shoot. And if you can't shoot, you're an irresponsible gun owner, right? And so when you go out here and actually use it, fight or flight, your body is not conditioned to know what to do. And right, so all these gangsters, that's why you see how them shooting. They just lobbing bullets, right? Affecting the fate of people sleeping in houses, minding their own business, getting shot by irresponsible gun holders and gun shooters who think they gangster or think they tough. Now people got to die because of that. It's sad, man. Anyway, I just want to let you know that's happened. You guys tell me what you think in the comment section. This is Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
3 people are dead, 4 others, including a 2-year-old boy, hurt after gunfire erupted at the Bite of Seattle Food Festival. Police say 2 people were in a fight with each other. They exchanged gunfire here in a crowded area at Seattle Center. Police say they do have 1 suspect in custody, while another remains at large.
Shooting? Oh.
What was supposed to be a day of fun turned into panic as gunshots rang out at the Bite of Seattle Food Festival just after 6 o'clock, sending crowds of people running for cover.
Anyone have a small child tourniquet size? 6 Vicks, one's a child.
Seattle police say 2 people exchanged gunfire outside the Seattle Center, killing 3 and wounding 4 others, including a 2-year-old child.
People started yelling, shooter, shooter. And there was a stampede of people just running.
Officers working the event rushed toward the shooting.
They heard the shots and confronted the suspect that they saw actually shooting and stopped that shooting from continuing.
Investigators say 1 suspect is in custody, while the second remains at large. Police say there is no ongoing threat to the public. Vendor Tria Shang decided to make the festival an opportunity for summer vacation for her 3 children. That vacation turned into a nightmare.
The lady got shot in the leg. Literally just two booth down. She didn't even know what was happening. She didn't even know that she got hit.
Shong says her family huddled behind a tree when the sound of the festival were replaced by gunfire.
I told them, I said, there's a shooting and we have to be safe. We have to duck down and just, don't panic. And we all have to be together and stick together.
Police have not released the identities of the suspect that was arrested nor the victims. However, they are asking anyone with information, videos, or tips to contact the Seattle Police Violent Tip Line.
I just couldn't tell you. There were so many people that I seen on the ground. It's horrible. It's hard to tell anything. I was just asking people if they were okay. Then I charged, my phone was partly charged, and then I started recording. Everything was just so chaotic. Once they told us to go back in, we started running because, seeing that, and it was just like, where did we go? Where did we go?
We believe that the bullets that were fired were from two individuals who appeared to be firing at one another. And as the mayor stated, a 15-year-old suspect was taken into custody. We will leave no stone unturned to bring all of those who may be involved to justice.
On scene, a 19-year-old male was declared deceased at the scene. On scene, a 44-year-old male was declared deceased at the scene. Our paramedics transported a 56-year-old female in serious condition who passed away at Harborview Medical Center. So those are the three individuals who passed away, 2 on scene and 1 at Harborview. Seattle Fire medics and EMTs treated a 40-year-old female with minor injuries who declined to be transported to the hospital. So treated but not transported. A 39-year-old female in stable condition was transported to Harborview and has since been discharged from Harborview Medical Center. A 2-year-old male was transported to Harborview by Seattle Fire paramedics and is still at Harborview in satisfactory condition. A 23-year-old male was transported in stable condition by paramedics to Harborview and has since been discharged. And last night, a 27-year-old male reported to UW Medical Center, Montlake, in satisfactory condition with a gunshot wound that has since been discharged, and that's possibly the 8th patient, but SPD has to follow up and interview this individual.
Mass unaliving happened at a Seattle food festival. With 7 victims.
What happened?
3 people were unalived and 4 injured in a shootout between 2 gunmen. Police are trying to confirm whether or not it was on purpose. Or they're firing at each other. And the sad part is, a 2-year-old got caught in the crossfire.
Why were they shooting at each other?
Well, amid the shooting festival that had hundreds of thousands of people, nobody knows why they fired and no one knew what was happening. And people started running and some of them fell and they got ran over by other people trying to escape. Then the governor deployed SWAT with special agents and put the food festival on lockdown.
The SWAT?
Yes, and they actually caught one of the victims, but the other's still on the run. And this gets even worse because just last week there were 2 more mass shootings, making 170 in 2026 already. 175 unalived and 700 wounded in 5 months.
Why is this happening?
Nobody knows. But the advice is if this happens near you, to get low to the ground and to find an exit and don't just stand there and look. Because in videos, people are just standing and looking.
Well, hopefully this stops. My condolences to everybody involved in those incidents.
I don't disagree with you. This is America, so we already know what comes next. What the hell is going on in this country 2020?
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.